Hey mate, it's looking good. Another week in the bag there, brother.
Absolutely,
Another week in the bag.
Absolutely. Hey, yeah, do you know this one, right? Pal of mine, every time he has his Uncle Ben's rice, microwave one, it's only the microwave one, every time he has that, proper short of breath, almost like passing out.
Is he?
He's basmatic.
Oh, God.
There we go.
Is that what we're dealing with?
That's exactly.
Oh, come off it. Well, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to episode 5 of the Yonder Mountain podcast. Can you believe it, mate?
Oh, disbelief. I've made it to 5.
Unbelievable. And this episode is going to be a little bit different. We're going to be talking about some of the things we've already covered. We're going to be talking about maybe a slightly different format for the podcast. And we haven't forgot about the tent giveaway either.
Well, a bit of a correction there, saying we absolutely have forgot. We're doing it now. That's why we're doing it now.
When I said we hadn't forgot about it, what I meant was we had forgot about it.
Correct.
But anyway, we will be doing it on this episode as well. So what we want to do, we've been calling this Feel Good Friday. And you know what? There's been loads of comments, loads of messages sent through to us via Instagram, comments on the videos and all kinds of things. And people have been really quite enjoying some of the content and some of the topics that we've been talking about.
Absolutely.
And it's been a bit overwhelming, actually. There's some of the comments and people that have been reaching out with certain things. So what we thought today was, let's focus on that whole feel-good element, because let's face it, mate, that's what we're here for, isn't it? That's what we're here for.
Absolutely. As you can see, I've got my comfort dog here today. This is what makes my world go round, don't you? Tip.
Aye, little tippy tapper, absolutely. And she's, you might notice she's been looking at the camera. That's because we've actually got a chew balanced perfectly just underneath the camera, which is quite interested in. But yes, ladies and gentlemen, Feel Good Friday. So the topics that we've covered off so far, the first one, this is going to be a good jog of our memory, isn't it? The first one was prescription nature. Oh, that's what this channel's all about. The
daddy of them all, that one, isn't it?
That is the daddy. So yeah, prescription nature, getting out and doing a bit of camping or car camping or walk down the woods, gone out with Tippy Dog, those types of things. The second episode was...
We had John on and he was going through cold water therapy, wasn't he? And,
he was.
Red light therapy, all that sort of stuff, wasn't he? Red light district.
Red light district therapy and grounding. He was talking about the grounding mat. All of the wonderful things. Fit at 40. Fit at 40. We were doing fat at 50.
Yeah.
Well, I was, but you're not 50.
I'm getting there though.
Although you look it. And then episode 3 was... we got loads. We got loads of feedback about this.
Oh,
Sleep.
Yeah, that was a good one.
That was a good one. And I think a lot of the things that were talked about kind of resonated with a lot of people. There were some really good comments. In fact, one of the comments, I thought we didn't really cover this. And I thought it was really a really important one. Hello to Graham at Graham's Wild Camping. Incidentally, guys, if you haven't checked out his channel, I suggest you go and check it out. I'll put a link in the description for you. But Graham made a really good point. He works in healthcare, NHS, and he works night shift. And he put a comment. If you want to have a look at the comment yourself, guys, go back to the sleep episode and have a look at Graham's comment on there. And he made a really, really poignant thing about people who work night shift. And there was some stats related to that and sleep deprivation, specifically aimed at people working on night shift. And of course, Graham works in a hospital and does a lot of night shift. And he actually has mentioned that it knocks him for 6. And even if you've done it for years, it knocks you for 6, and it can have a massive detriment to your mental health. It's like it's a known thing for night shift workers. So thank you, Graham. That was a really important comment, and it's something that actually we hadn't thought about, so we really appreciate it. And then last week's episode, mate, was
seasonal
affective disorder, or SAD. We started off by saying SAD. What's it all about? SAD Act. We had a bit of a laugh, but yeah, that's a big thing. And mate, you even said right at the start you felt that it affects you.
I've definitely felt it this year where, absolutely, it's knocked me out. I'm noticing myself that I've just not got the same energy levels. I'm feeling a little bit more gloomy. Yeah, absolutely. So it's a genuine thing, isn't it?
Absolutely. So I think we've covered some really good topics and ways in which, you know, we can deal with these types of things. But today we wanted to just talk about, like, feel good. We're talking about Feel Good Friday.
Yeah.
Like, what makes you feel good. And we hope that, you know, some of the topics that we're talking about so far and will be talking about in much more detail. And I'm going to give you a little bit more kind of signposting as to, like, the progression of the podcast and also the channel as well, because we've got some mega things coming up. But as far as Feel Good's concerned, you know, getting out with Tippy, going for a walk.
Yeah.
What's your biggies, mate?
Well, this little dog here, who I'm going to let down because she's getting fidgety now. I'm going to chuck her down. But I'll tell you what, I've took some tips saying, because... there goes Tippy. I'll tell you what, I've took some tips off the podcast myself.
Right.
Do you know what I'm going to get myself bang into?
Oh, yeah, go on.
Well, I have been looking into it.
Yes.
And this... Oh, look at that.
Oh, mate, you look a lot better.
I'm feeling so much better now. Honestly, God, I'm ready to take on the world.
Mate, you look good.
5 minutes of this.
You look... Oh, yes.
Beautiful. It's
yeah.
beautiful
Give me a
stuff.
quick blast of that, mate.
You ready for it?
Ready, go
Here
on.
it comes.
Oh,
There
yes.
she goes.
Now we're talking,
Yeah,
mate.
This
now
is
we're
the
talking.
real deal.
Not to be mixed up with Red Light District. Which
no,
we have
although
covered that off. That was a separate episode.
arguably may have similar effects.
We might cover that one off.
Possibly.
Yeah, absolutely. All joking aside, we've done a bit of research actually.
have.
After speaking to JC, red light therapy, is definitely a good thing, and I know my Jack Attack has been thinking about actually getting one because he suffers from eczema.
Oh.
And I think that's one of the big benefits with the red light therapy. You know, prescription nature is just a massive one for me. I mean, you guys who watch the channel. You know, it's how I deal with life's ebbs and flows, which we get.
Yeah.
You know, we'll get curveballs thrown in, work stress, home life stress, money stress, generally, things can build up. And for me, the discharge is just a head out, you know.
Yeah, yeah.
And this time of year, autumn's beautiful, isn't it? You know,
Yeah,
we're right smack. I mean, we've got a real colourful show going on just outside. And for me, just getting out, like the other day, I went just up to Northumberland National Park, and middle of nowhere, off go the clothes, bit of skinny dipping, absolutely champion.
Good God.
I don't know what you think of that, mate.
I'm glad I wasn't there for that one.
Absolutely, mate, absolutely. Bedlington prime beef, ladies and gentlemen. Well, I don't know about that, but what I can tell...
Awful.
Maybe it's a bit fatty and gristly.
And out of date.
Aye, a bit out of date and a bit old. Aye, absolutely. But I'll tell you what, mind, it was a bit of cold water therapy, but the combination of that and just being in the trees and watching the leaves and the colours, oh my God, talk about feel good, talk about feel good. I'll tell you the other thing, mate, as well. Now, I don't really drink very much, but I haven't drank in a while. I haven't really had anything. And, mate, I'm actually feeling the benefits. We're going to do a separate one about alcohol and alcohol consumption, but just feel a lot better for not having any alcohol, mate.
It's such a well-known fact, isn't it? And we're all, as human beings, unfortunately, too stupid to realise that alcohol is just pure poison and toxic.
We're just programmed a bit, aren't we? It's like what you do, you finish work, and what do you do?
Yeah.
It's relaxation, isn't it?
That's what as soon as we're done here, that's exactly what I'm doing.
We're going
I
the
know
lash.
it's bad, I know it's wrong.
We're going down the lash.
We'll go for a pint.
I will go for a pint. Aye. But we're they're learned behaviours, aren't they?
They
you know, and I think everything in moderation, no matter what it is that you do. But, you know, definitely prescription nature for me is a biggie. And I know people like to go out and go for a walk, go for a swim, you know, these types of things. A good pal of mine does a lot of kayaking. Another Graham, incidentally, not the same Graham, another Graham. And he does sea kayaking. You know, he does a lot of that. Wild camping. I mean, we'll do a separate session on wild camping. But for me, you know, there's another absolute talk about total reset. Really makes you feel good, you know. Yeah. A lot of people have messaged in the comments doing a bit of writing. You know,
okay.
Doing a bit of writing. And there's actually charities whereby you can actually write a letter to somebody who's loneliness charities, and you can write a letter to somebody, and it gives you that oxytocin. We're talking chemical factories, that human bond, the love chemical. Writing a letter to somebody, you know, as part of a loneliness charity, and I thought that was a really nice thing to do.
Yeah.
Basically, life can throw curveballs at you, and if you keep doing the same thing, work, home, sleep, repeat, blah blah, you know, and you're stuck in this rut. You've got to do something for your own well-being, mate. We talk about a lot.
Absolutely, mate. Like, number one is always the most important person. You've always got to look out for yourself. You can't pour from an empty cup. It's all about, you know, nobody likes being selfish. It's a trait that people think, oh, that's a bad thing, being selfish. You do have to be selfish, don't you, in life? Otherwise, you've just got to be.
You bang on, mate. You bang on. And you know, when you go through, you know, you've just been bedded on, and when you go on the flight, and the flight personnel are doing that whole talk, the first thing they say is, you know, in the case of emergency, make sure if you've got, you know, kids and things like that, you put the mask on yourself first, because you need to preserve your own, you know, physiology and well-being before you can help anybody else. And you've hit the nail on the head, mate. You can't pour from an empty cup. We say it all the time.
Absolutely right.
So, Feel Good Friday is a real thing. Invest some time in yourselves, guys. Whatever it is that blows your hair back, which in my case, that's long gone. That ship has sailed.
And soon to be, you know.
And mate, you're not far off.
Clinging on for dear life.
He's a Klingon, ladies and gentlemen. Do whatever it is that floats your boat, that, you know, blows your hair back. Make time. You've got to invest in yourself, because otherwise life can feel heavy and mundane, and the serotonin and the dopamine just isn't there, and you're just not operating to the best that you can. Yeah. It's super important, isn't it, mate? We talk about it a lot, and it's mega important. So today we just wanted to just a bit of a timely reminder, because we're coming into the winter months, and we did the seasonal affective disorder episode. You know, you've just got to invest in yourself, without a doubt.
Yeah, absolutely.
Ladies and gentlemen, I just wanted to do a quick shout out. There's a couple of people who have sent us some really poignant messages, and I said that I would give them a shout out. First up, a cracking chap called Lance and his dad, John. Hello, Lance and John. Big thank you, Lance, for reaching out and sending us a message. And Lance was basically saying that he's had a few things going on in his life, and he's been enjoying the Yonder Mountain Adventure videos, and it's given him the confidence to get out, do a bit of camping, and it's really changed the direction a little bit for him. And he sent us such a heartwarming message on as part of the Facebook community page. Lance and his dad, John, watch the videos and they really enjoy them. So I just wanted to say, Lance and John, thank you very much, guys. Much appreciated. It was absolutely class, and it was lovely to hear. I know you wanted to do some hot tent camping, and hey, we're in the right season for it for sure. So Lance and John, thank you very much. And the other guys that I really wanted to have a big shout out to is Caitlin and Dan. Hello, Caitlin and Dan, otherwise known as Geordie Explores. I think they are on Instagram. If you haven't checked out their content, go and check them out. These guys are unreal. A little bit of a funny story and a very serious story as well. I'm not going into too much detail because Dan is gonna he's reached out and he would love to be a guest on the podcast, mate.
Wonderful.
And it's a very poignant, hey, talk about life experience. This guy is a superhero, honestly. Like, I'll not say too much, but it's one to watch out for. Caitlin and Dan, they love the content. They watch the videos every Sunday night, and they've just started to get into car camping, and they're absolutely loving it. And also cold water therapy as well. Caitlin has previously done a lot of cold water therapy and just found her way back into it off the back of the podcast we did with JC.
Oh, excellent.
And it's so good to hear, guys. And, talk about enriching. So a big shout out to Lance and John, and a big shout out to Caitlin and Dan. Guys, if any of you do want a shout out on the podcast or in the videos, do let us know. Send us a message on Instagram or on the Facebook community page, Yonder Mountain community page. Do reach out, send us a message, and if you want a bit of a shout out, or if there's certain things that you particularly love about the channel, let me know. You'll get a good shout out for sure. So this will probably seamlessly. Hey mate, is everything? Are you enjoying that?
I'm getting a natural high off of this at the minute.
Wow,
I'm zoomed out.
Hey mate, I'll tell you what, your complexion
it's
just
beautiful.
and maybe there's a bit of hair growth.
That's the area I need to zoom in on.
Yeah, get it right on there, mate.
Yeah.
So, tent giveaway. Let's get to the exciting part of today's podcast. Come on there. So, yes, we had forgot about it, but anyway, we are doing it now. And in what better way than in the theatrical style of your favourite game show, mate?
Supermarket sweep.
He loves Dale Winton, this guy.
Favourite.
You love Dale Winton.
Well, plenty more of this,
But
on the old complexion. We're getting a bit of a look at Dale Winton, won't we?
Oh, a bit of an orange tinge, I see what you're saying. Yeah. No, we are not doing Supermarket Sweep, mate. But what we are doing is...
Go on.
Wheel of Fortune.
Spin the wheel. Come on.
Let's go. Right, guys, here we are. The Wheel of Dreams, as it's now called. So everybody who put the word Foxy into the comments on 2 of the videos got entered into this very exciting draw. And we've got 27 people here. As you can see, the Wheel of Dreams is just behind us here. You've got a 1 in 27 chance of winning this, ladies and gentlemen. So, best of luck to everybody. Toffee Head, spin that wheel. Here we go, ladies and gentlemen.
I can't console myself here.
It's unbelievable. Who have we got?
Oh, it's Graham's!
Wow. Graham's Wild Camping. Hey!
There we go, eh?
Graham's Wild Camping. Couldn't have gone to a better guy. Graham, congratulations, mate. I'll send you a message and we'll figure out. I'll get the tent to you. You're now the proud owner of the epic OEX Fox 2. It is a belter shelter,
I'm
mate.
incredibly jealous.
Belter shelter. Congratulations, mate. You're going to have some wonderful wild camps in that. Absolutely great. Great stuff. So, guys, there we go. Talk about Feel Good Friday, mate. That was good.
Absolutely.
We liked it. A little bit of a podcast update, ladies and gentlemen. So, when we set off on this venture, the idea was we're going to do this every single Friday. There has been a few changes, some personal circumstances, which has meant that we're unable to get a podcast out every single Friday. And we don't want to dilute the quality of the topics because it's so important. We know it's reaching a lot of people, and we know that people are getting a lot of benefit out. So from this podcast onwards, it's not going to be every single Friday. But let me tell you, ladies and gentlemen, when it does come out, it's going to be with a real big hitter special guest, and we're going to be talking about some very poignant topics as well, Toffee Head, isn't that right?
Absolutely, yeah. I've got a little bit of a glimpse into who you've got lined up, and it sounds bloody brilliant.
Absolutely. So, there will be a little bit more ad hoc, but we didn't want to compromise on quality. Plus, let's face it, you don't want to see me and Toffee Head every single Friday, let's face it.
Absolutely.
So, ladies and gentlemen, here is a little glimpse to the future. We've got Team GB athletes. We've got a gold medalist, world record, like Jonathan Wass. World record breakers. Can you remember that programme? Back in the day.
I was born in 1993, not 73.
Exactly. So that's a no from you, Toffee Head. So Team GB, guys, we've got people involved with BBC Spring and Autumn Watch. We've got people from major mental health charities. We've got menopause specialists. We've got meditation specialists. We've got, this guy, I think he's a bit of a monk, actually. We've got yoga specialists. We have got a whole range of different people. We've got a female bodybuilder from over the pond. We can't wait to speak to Linda. And a whole host of other people who are going to be talking about some amazing things, mate. So we've got a lot to look forward to.
Certainly do.
Absolutely. Guys, if you haven't already checked it out, do go to the Yonder Mountain Adventures Facebook community page. There's a lot of good stuff happening in there, mate.
Yeah, some brilliant stuff. I love seeing the updates every single day. Everyone's sharing positivity, good pictures outdoors. It's great. It is a good group to join.
It really is, you know, and when people put things in there, there's other people to lift you up. There's some really good stuff in there. Great bunch of people. There's about 160 legends over there on the community page. So if you haven't done so already, guys, get yourself over. And do remember, of course, this is straight onto my YouTube channel. So if you're liking this type of stuff, give me and Toffeehead a thumbs up. Helps with the YouTube algorithm. But most importantly, mate, it lets us know that you're enjoying what we're doing, and we'll keep on doing it. And also click on that subscribe button. We're not doing this for the views or to try and make money, but of course it does help. And it also hit the notification bell. That way you'll know every time that we upload a podcast or a video. It's going to be, you'll get that buzzer on your phone, guys. Well, there we go, guys. I hope you've enjoyed that as much as we have. Feel Good Friday is a real thing, mate.
Yeah, it certainly is, as we've proved.
Absolutely. I feel good. Do you feel good?
Oh, it's this bad boy there.
I might have the lava lamp. Great stuff, guys. As always, the importance of just getting away from the TV and the doom and the gloom. Unplug from all of the mainstream media. It's a mood hoover. It just brings you down. Make sure you get out and soak up some prescription nature. And on that note, ladies and gentlemen, it's a goodbye from me, and it's a goodbye from my good mate and esteemed colleague, Mr. Toffeehead. We'll look forward to seeing you on the next adventure. Fantastic.
I'm knackered.
Oh, God.